Welcome to my YouTube channel. This particular video is for beginners that don't know much about how to draft the basic top. These illustrations shall be teaching you the fundamentals of the basic top for both female and female. The first thing you should know on this, you should understand that before you start drafting is that there are two types of measurements. You have your vertical measurement and your horizontal measurement. Your vertical measurement are those measurements that goes from up to down vertically, and it helps for you to input your body measurement. This help to locate the exact location of that measurement. So for instance, your bust is at a specific place. If you didn't get the position of your bust, no matter what, even though you get the actual size of your bust, it's not going to be well placed. So you actually need your vertical measurement. So we have from the vertical measurement of any top, we have the shoulder line, that is the starting point, and the last point of these vertical point is the hemline. So your hemline, it all depends on what shirt length you shall require. So it can stop at the hemline, can stop at any point you want. But for basic top, we shall be stopping the hemline right below the hip line. So from the first line is the first of your line is like I said, is your shoulder line. From your shoulder line, so as you can see, these are all the lines, all the vertical lines. So we are starting with the shoulder line. From the shoulder line, we get to the chest line. To the chest line is usually calculated. Then we get to the bust line, we get to the waistline and the hip line. The chest line is the bust divided by 4 minus 1 inches. That's your bust line. So this is very paramount for you to understand that the chest line is usually calculated. So the first line I'm going to be showing you is from the shoulder to your chest line. If for instance you have a bust of 36 and you divide it by 4, you get 9 minus 1 is 8. So that's a chest line. Then the bust line is from the shoulder to the bust point. That's the highest point of your body for both male and female. That's in most cases it used to be 10. Averagely it's 10. You can get it about 10, between 9 to 10.5 on human body. So the next line we're going to be getting from here is from your shoulder to your waistline. This particular measurement is usually between 15 inches to 18 inches for every human. It all depends on the measurement you're taking. Then from here, the next measurement is from your shoulder to your hip line. This is usually between 24 inches to 25 inches for every human. So then the next one is from your waist to your hem. So it all depends on how long you want the shirt to be. So even your hem can stop at your waistline. Your hem can stop at your underbust. So in this particular one, we are not even putting underbust. So if we are to put underbust, for instance, we can we can impute our underbust, which is usually averagely is 13. For some people is 13, 12. To some people is 14. So we shall be using 13 in this particular illustration. So this is your underbust. So depend on your making. If you're making some dress, that is when you're going to use some underbust. You can use this particular pattern, this particular illustration that I'm giving you, to get any dress pattern. This is the basic of all dress pattern. You understand? If you get this one right, then probably you are going to get all your drafting right. If you get it wrong, then that means you are going to be misplacing it. It's just sometimes you will know that you will be putting your bust measurement where you're supposed to put your bust, you'll be putting your waist. You understand? So probably you will never get it. You understand? You will. So if you can get your vertical measurement right, then you are one step ahead. You understand? So now I'm imputing it, your value. But also, you should understand that you should also learn how to make measurements right before you draft. You have to get your measurement right. Your measurement, getting your measurement right is paramount. You understand? Is very, very, very paramount for you to get your measurement right. Also, while drafting, there are other things that you're supposed to also understand. If Okay, let me just tell you that, okay, you should also understand the nature of your fabric. You understand the nature of your fabric should tell you how to cut. Then back to what we are saying. We are right in this particular diagram. We are imputing the average size of from the shoulder to the waistline. Then the next one is from the shoulder to the hip line, which is usually from 24-25 inches. Depend on the person depend on the figure you're making use of. That is just that. Again, here I'll be showing you the basic calculation you shall be needing while calculating. While we've represented all our lines here, all our vertical lines. The first one is that you're going to impute your shoulder measurement. Your shoulder measurement is going to be divided by 2. Divide by 2, then plus 0.5 inch for ease. The shoulder measurement will be imputed on the shoulder line. The next line is our chest line, which is our bust divided by 4 minus 1. So we put that. Then all of our bust measurement is placed on our chest line. Remember this. All of your bust measurement is usually placed on your chest line. On the chest line, we are going to divide your bust by 4, and you are going to add a allowance of 1 inches. Then on your bust line, what we usually put on the bust line is your bust span. This one is usually for female. Your bust span is the highest point in the chest, which is divided by 2. And for averagely, some females are about 8. The bust span, the difference between the bust span is 8. So you divide it by 2, you get 4. You place it there. So if sometimes you might put 0.5 inches for ease, for sewing allowance if needed. Then if you can manipulate it, you will not put as well. So that's the essence of this bust line. You are going to put, that's the position which your dart is going to be. So, and you are going to draw the dart downward up to the waist or towards the hip. Just, it all depends on what it required. The next is your under bust line, which in this our illustration is about 13 inches from the shoulder line. So what we normally do here, the under bust, it helps just to shape the bust. For female, is majorly female that uses the under bust line, except you are like the likes of Bobrisky. Like you might be a man that can use your under bust line. So your under bust line is to shape, to bring out the bust for female. On the waistline, the waist measurement is imputed by dividing the waist measurement by 4, then adding 0.5 inch, which is the ease. That's what you do on the waistline. Then, if need be, for female, you are going to add dart allowance. Sometimes your dart might be 1. It all depends on your preference. So on the hip line, the hip measurement is usually placed on the hip line, dividing the hip by 4, then adding 0.5 inches for ease. This is what you do. So this is the fundamentals of drafting any top, be it male, be it female. Thank you for your time, and please kindly subscribe to our channel. If you have any difficulty, don't hesitate to tell us. If there's anything you need, just let us know. If we are making mistake, please let us know as well. Please drop your comment in the comment section, like, subscribe, and please help us share our video.